All right, let's get right into it. If you're dealing with serious industrial cleaning, you already know that dry ice blasting is a total game changer. It's incredibly powerful, it's efficient, and it's good for the environment. But it brings up a huge question for any business, big or small. Does it make more sense to rent this amazing equipment or to just buy it outright? Well, today we're going to break that down.
This is the big question, right? This is the core dilemma we're tackling. Whether you're staring down a single massive project or you have constant cleaning needs, the choice you make right here is going to have a huge impact on your budget, your workflow, and, yeah, your bottom line. So let's get you an answer.
On the surface, the decision seems pretty straightforward. Renting gets you temporary access. It's perfect for a specific one-off job. Buying, on the other hand, well, that's a long-term investment. We're talking about permanent ownership. But as you're about to see, the real story, the important stuff, is hidden in the details and, of course, the numbers.
First things first, let's talk about the money. This is where most big decisions start, right? And the initial costs here can seem worlds apart. So we're going to put the price tags for renting and buying right next to each other and see how they stack up.
Okay, check out this immediate contrast. If you want to rent, say, a 40-pound machine, you're looking at about $1,600 a week. But to buy a similar machine, it's a one-time cost of around $3,000. Let's just pull those two numbers out and really dig into what they mean for your business. So that's $1,600. That's not a one-and-done fee. Nope. It's a recurring expense. Every single week you need that machine, that's another $1,600 walking out the door. It adds up, and believe me, it adds up fast. Now let's flip the coin. For about the same price as just 2 weeks of renting, you can own the machine. Yeah, it's a bigger number up front, I get it, but it's a single payment, one and done, and you get permanent access. But as we all know, the sticker price is never the whole story. So let's keep going, because the decision isn't just about that initial number. There are other really crucial factors, some hidden costs, that you have to think about no matter which path you take. Right, so whether you rent or you buy, the machine itself is really only one piece of the puzzle. You're always going to need two other things to make it work. The dry ice, obviously, and a seriously powerful air compressor. These costs can vary, sure, but they are an unavoidable part of the budget, whichever way you go. And beyond the extra costs, just think about the logistics for a second. Renting means you're constantly scheduling pickups and drop-offs. It can be a real headache. But owning? The machine is right there. It's ready to go the second you need it. And that convenience, that can save you so much time and frustration. Oh, and renting comes with its own unique little set of risks. You'll almost certainly have to put down a pretty big security deposit. And if the machine gets damaged on your job, you could lose that whole deposit or even face extra penalty fees. When you own it, those specific worries, they just vanish. Okay, so we've covered the immediate costs and the day-to-day logistics. Now, let's zoom out. Let's look at the long-term financial picture, because this is where the value of actually buying one of these things really starts to pop. This is where the numbers tell a fascinating story. Week 1, you rent. You spend $1,600. Okay, but what if you need it for a second week? Now you're at $3,200. Just think about that for a second. You've already paid more than the $3,000 it would have cost to buy the machine. Your investment in ownership literally pays for itself in less than 2 weeks. After that, every single time you use it, it's pure savings in your pocket. So let's just boil this down to the big wins for ownership. First, the long-term savings are just undeniable once you cross that break-even point. Second, the convenience of having the tool on hand whenever you need it is a massive operational advantage. And finally, you get full control. No one else's schedule, no one else's rules to worry about, it's yours. And there's one more financial perk to owning that's actually pretty easy to overlook. Resale value. These machines hold their value surprisingly well. So if your business needs change down the road, you can just sell the blaster and get a good chunk of your initial investment back. That's an exit strategy that renters just don't have. Okay, so we've laid out all the facts, all the figures. Now let's pull it all together into a simple guide to help you make the right call for your specific situation. So who should rent? Well, if you only need a dry ice blaster for a single short-term project, or maybe very, very occasionally, then yeah, renting makes perfect sense. It keeps your upfront costs nice and low. But who should buy? Honestly, if you have frequent or ongoing cleaning needs, the math is just crystal clear. Buying is going to save you a ton of money over time and gives you way more convenience and control.
So the next time a job pops up that needs a dry ice blaster, you'll know exactly how to think about it. Are you going to go for the short-term access of a rental, or will you invest in the long-term value of ownership? The answer, as you can see, really depends on you and your needs.